All right, what's going on, guys? I want to take a quick look at some things that are happening. Seems like Iran has rejected the ceasefire. This is crude oil currently right now. You could see that we had this huge drop when it was announced. That was this candle right here. And we dropped all throughout the night, and now we're starting to rebound pretty aggressively. This is crude oil futures. And so I just wanted to show all of you that no matter what, once you get crude oil prices above 93, the economy can't function anymore. All 11 sectors won't function. So that's why last week when we were in this area, I was saying, look, it's a good idea to bet this down with USO puts because that would be the easiest thing. That would be the biggest high probability play of the year. It's not like oil can stay here. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't work like that. Anytime oil's gotten above 110, it's never stayed there for more than a couple of weeks in history. The 2008 financial crisis had happened maybe for a month or two, but that was it. Um, but now you could see that this 20 moving average is really hard for oil. Um, for it to get down. Oh, what's up, Josh? Yep, halftime show. Um, yeah, so now we're really, this is the main thing. Now that Iran has rejected the the ceasefire agreements, now we might go back up to this area. So just to show you what it looks like on USO, how to actually play this, right? This was the area that we've been talking about all last week. And then you can see here was the first, accounts of somewhat of a ceasefire a couple days ago. Here's the second one, and now we're coming back up again. So if it gets back into this area or towards the 2018 resistance line, then yeah, I might take out some more puts. And just to show you guys how much you could possibly make off a 30% drop, right? I've been showing you guys this yesterday. Let's say we go down 30%, you would make $821 profit off of 365. Now, that's with no time accounted for it. So let's say it takes about a month for that to happen, or 2 months. Let's say it takes 2 months. We go down 30%. You would still make $600 in pure profit off of about 365. So I don't really see, that being a huge issue. Just to show you on TradingView how long 180 days is, the October options are even more than that, So it's a long time that we'll have for this trade to work out. Oil has always gone back down to the resistance point. This was a huge break when it really started to come off. So, um, yeah, so I just want to go through that. Just want to show you what's going on the regular markets. I'm just going to be jumping around to a bunch of things, and if you guys have some requests, I'll gladly take them. But again, this is a quick halftime show. It's also your halftime show too. So if I want you guys to be involved. So if there's anything that you guys want to see, I can gladly go over it. But yeah, I just another attempt to try to get back off this localized support area for SPY, S&P 500. And you could see that we are trying to get above this 200 moving average. It's a little bit hard, as you could see, all day today, and just been going kind of sideways. But it does seem like this localized support area is holding. So regardless, even if we start to go sideways, it is a good idea to start looking at your favorite long-term stocks. If you take a look at something like an easy one, right? Like a no-brainer play like Visa, right? Visa will always keep going higher unless the government sues them for some antitrust regulation or law, right? This is the last year's April low, right? So you always want to have backbone stocks in your portfolio that don't go too crazy, that are solid. Visa's one of them, and they're at a level where they're at the lows of last April, right? So even if you bought at this level and just held, right, didn't do anything else, no options, nothing like that, it would be, let's see, it'd be something like just up to the highs, that'd be 20%. No, more than that. It would be about 25% up to the recent highs of last June or so. But this will always keep going higher. Visa is accepted worldwide. So I think this is one of those no-brainer plays. Also, we've been getting a lot of option flow on Meta at this level, at 600, I think is a really good area. So, if you go to, I go to Trader Daddy Pro and I look at the unusual options flow or unusual options activity right now, you could see the top 10 institutionally traded names right now, AMD and Micron and SanDisk are usually always like in the top 5 nowadays. But just to see like the last 5 to 10 minutes, yeah, it looks like Intel is getting some. ARM is another one. ARM. Yeah, ARM keeps getting a lot of bullish activity, some unusual options flow. So I just want to take a quick look at that. But it's always good to have up to the second data. Yeah, ARM did break out today, so people are playing that back up to this resistance point, but I'm not going to play it at this resistance point because we've hit 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be its 5th time for ARM. The other thing that's super interesting is VCX, the Fundrise Innovation Fund that now owns Anthropic and I believe SpaceX and all of the big IPOs that people want. It was selling pre-IPO at 18, and then it came out around 30, and then it went all the way up today to almost 600 or 580. There was one of the analyst instructors in my group put in $4,000 at 18, and then that turned into 106,000, which is pretty cool. That was the third trade in our group this year of below 5,000 turning into more than 100,000. So it only takes sometimes one trade. Sometimes it only takes um, 1 week or 1 month for it to be really life changing. You just have to have a lot of conviction that it'll work like that. I had a $56 trade last year that turned into 3,000 from AMD, so it just depends. Yeah, it's going crazy. I know, right? So let's just take a look around. Also, silver is doing pretty well today. Let's take a look at that. And you can see that we have really good support. In times like these, we are dealing with what's called extreme uncertainty, right? Let me spell this right. Extreme uncertainty. In extreme uncertainty, you are going to get the metals. I didn't spell that right at all. Uncertainty, right? You're going to have extreme uncertainty where the metals start to come back, especially when they reached a really good support level, and that for silver is 65. You also had this wick come down, almost hit the 200 on the daily. It's been um, all this buying pressure, unusual buying pressure when silver was coming up originally is still under that for support. Multiple supports here. And silver is now starting to break out a little bit higher. Um, I think the next level, we're at 72, we're probably going to hit 75 and then 77 and then 80 just by the next resistance that we're going to see, but it shouldn't be an issue. This is what a reversal looks like, right? A candle reversal on the daily time frame looks like. So that's why I bought a silver contract a couple days ago, on Monday, because this was a pretty good support level for it. And I've been showing you guys, silver every day, so this wasn't that much of a surprise to you. Gold is very similar as well. Oh, how does VCX keep pushing? Because fear of missing out. People see it every day moving up. That's why. But at some point there will be some 50% drop because there'll be profit taking and people will get scared and sell all of it. But right now, people are scared it's going to go to 1,000 or something, and so yeah, but it was kind of crazy. Gold came down and touched the 200 moving average a couple days ago in the daily, and now we are up again, same support level right here. Had a big drop off last week, huge drop off, one of the biggest drops ever, I think, in gold's history. So again, this line right here is the 5,000 line, right around here. So for it to get back up to this 5,000 line, that's where the moving averages are, the 20 and the 50. And I don't think it'll have any issue getting there, right? So let's just play that out and see what happens. If we do a long call on GLD, just to see how much money we could make, we could do a April 17, okay? And let's go out to maybe 460. That would be $337. We got a good amount of volume and open interest there. Okay, got good amount of time. And if GLD goes up, let's say it goes up 10 to 12%, right? From where it is. 10%, you would make $1,400 profit if gold went up another 10% and you have it till April 17th. So that's pretty good. Even if it went up 7%, you would make $871 profit. And that's the best case scenario. Let's say some time ticks away and we go up 8% or something. You would make somewhere around $750 in pure profit just by putting down 337. So all in all, I like the gold play. I like the silver play. So if you put some time into it though. But as you could tell, commodities are kind of moving all around. We'll check back on crude oil just to see what's going on there. Um, ASTS and Rocket Lab, yeah, are definitely waking up. I'm gonna get to that in a second. But you could see this rejection off of crude oil. We can't get it below this 20 moving average, and because they rejected that ceasefire agreement from Iran, now there's a possibility we can go back up into this area for crude oil. But yeah, let me take a look at the space stocks for you. Rocket Lab. Yeah, we're going sideways. We in a normal market, this structure would have broke, and because we couldn't get past this first inline here on the Trader Daddy triangle break, we got to pass this first. We couldn't get there, or else if it did, we would have been up here by that point. So we've gone sideways ever since. But yeah, every time it's gotten down to this area, 66, we've always popped back up. So you could always look at it on a more localized level, which is right here. So yeah, yes, anytime it's gone down to 66, it always pops back up. But right now, there's nothing you could really do with it in terms of a swing trade. Space Mobile. What's interesting about this one is that every time it hits this backbone green line right here, it flies right off. So this is an interesting one. Also, by the way, I go through this with my group multiple times a day. So I have Zooms in the morning with them. I have beginner groups and office hours in the afternoon. And every night, Sunday through Thursday, I meet with them at night to go over everything with them. And so a lot of it is teaching them chart trading. A lot of them is teaching them options trading. and we really work together as a group instead of me just telling them exactly what to do. I think that's pointless. We have a lot of ideas as a group, and I just help them filter out everything. And, it really helps a lot of people become advanced traders a lot faster. Because if you think about it, you know, you have to jump into the pool to actually learn how to swim. You have to actually do this stuff yourself a little bit, but it's a lot easier when you have over 100 active people all working together as like one, you know, and everybody in that group, has a full-time job. So it's not like, people just have all the time in the world to trade. I try to make it so that they have an easier time digesting all this information. And that's what I do all day long. I've been a financial advisor since 2012. I think I still actually have that title, um, because it hasn't been 2 years yet since I last left my financial advisory job. So, but pretty soon, I'm gonna have to leave that title. But it was cool. That's what I've been doing, my whole career. So, um, I don't think, any charting of anything is that hard. It just looks hard to people that have never seen it before. But I would say it takes somewhere around 6 weeks or something to actually understand, about every chart. Because there's only so many things you can go through, right? There's only so many steps you can do. So it's really not as difficult as it seems. But I always answer everybody's questions. The people in my group, they get my cell phone number. Um, so they can text me at any time during the day for any help with anything. And pretty soon I'm gonna, um, have the price raise up to 125 a month. But right now, for anyone that follows me on social media, it's only $80, 80. So, but I'm gonna raise that pretty soon. So if you want to join it, for $80 a month and be locked into that price, just reach out to me. Because if you go to my website, that's going to be $99 a month. So if you want the $80 a month, then just text me, or message me, and then, we'll figure out if it's a good thing for you or not. But we have a lot of beginners, and then even if you're advanced, we have an advanced group too, and they're killing it. They're doing really well, better than I even thought. Tesla is in this nice area here. This could really, jump out to here. Also, April 2nd, I'm going to be in person for free. I do it every month, in person for free in New York City every month. I don't know why anybody else doesn't do that. I would think your community would want to see you in person. So I make that, perfectly accessible, for people to come see me. I'll be in Florida also, speaking May 7th and May 9th. May 7th, I'm speaking at a options expo, and May 9th, I'm speaking, at another meetup that I'm organizing down there in Fort Lauderdale. So if you guys want to come see me, let me know. But it's all free. So anything that you want to come see me do is always free. It's a really big resistance up here at all-time highs. I think buying Tesla here is going to be pretty good. You could also do TSLL. If you guys have any other ones that you want me to look at, is it too late to buy ASTS? I don't think so. I think, I mean, again, I would do, what was it? This is TSLL, which is the double leverage Tesla. And I think this is interesting because if you buy it here and it goes back to all-time highs, that would be 200%. So I think it's pretty interesting. Even if it goes back to regular highs over here, that would be 74%. So I kind of like TSLL here, but I would put a stop loss on this just in case. So, but I don't think ASTS is too late. I think, if again, it looks better now, right? Doesn't it look better? Again, coming off this line. I would have liked to buy it closer to the support line down here, this backbone trend line. But I do think that you could scale into any of these, and you'll be good long term. This should be about 120 again. It's at 96, but it depends. I don't know your exact style or what you're trying to do with it, so I don't really know. Rigetti, what are your thoughts? I mean, again, Rigetti is a quantum. play, and none of these actually make any money, but neither did AI stocks like 8 years ago, and neither did space stocks 8 years ago. So, you know, I mean, Nvidia wasn't making much money 10 years ago either. So it depends how long you want to buy these for. But right now, we are getting to a pretty good level. We're getting to a pretty decent support level on Rigetti. It's the fastest moving one for sure. You could see last year we went all the way from about 7 to 60 in a few months, and then it came tumbling back down. It was actually really easy to play this back down because it went up too fast. Just remember something: if price is way too far away from this 20 moving average, it has to come back and touch it. It's an economic law, right? So things are too far away if your price is too far away. If to buy it if we're too far away from this pink 20 moving average. So um, I'm new to trading. I still have a bit to learn. Yeah, I think we all have a bit to learn, right? Um, that's that's why I have my premium group is 80% beginners. You know, that's why I like to have everyone there at once, so it's just easier for all of us to learn it together. um, and I have beginner groups with them specifically. I teach the beginner groups. I also have a one-on-one beginners instructor that meets with everyone in my group. That comes with with the cost of the group, so it's no extra fee. So I don't know any other groups that do that you would get your own beginner one-on-one instructor, your own personal one-on-one beginners instructor, just to make sure that you're moving along, at the speed that, that would be good for you. Um, so again, it's only $80 a month right now, and that's going to change pretty quickly because now I'm starting to get more people. Let's go to Amazon. Actually, no, sorry, let's go to Apple. That's what I wanted. What about Microsoft? It lost a lot already. Yeah, it's a good deal though. Also, I think Apple's a pretty good deal here too. We're gonna probably fill out the rest of this triangle. And what does that look like? I'll show you. It's pretty easy. It's not none of this is that hard. It's just doing the same things over and over and over and over again, just like any other job. See, watch the path. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Here, here. We go down, and then eventually at some point we'll get a break back up. Okay? There's your wedge break at some point. But at least you pretty much know the areas it'll hit at this point for Apple. But, it's a pretty good stock to just keep buying all the time. Um, Microsoft, we'll take a quick look at. Yeah, now we are down 33% from the high, and we keep dropping. It's down another 3%. Oh, that's this week. What about today? Yeah, we're down another 0.5% today, 0.65 down. Yeah, I wouldn't buy this yet. I would just keep watching it. The only one I would buy is Visa. Visa's the only one that I would really buy. But we're probably going to come down to 348 for Microsoft, and that would be a 37% drop. At that point, I would start buying shares. Um, so let me take a look at Netflix. Eventually, this is going to pop out too. Big area of buying right here from that deal with that they didn't get with Paramount and Warner Brothers. But you could see here that eventually all it takes is going to be one big day for it to push up, one news day, whatever it is. So I like Netflix at this area too. Um, at some point, we're going to keep moving along this triangle line, and then we're going to pump up from there. All right, what else did you guys want? Optics and AOI. Optics. Oh, what's up, Trev? What is optics? OPTX, sorry. Okay, I don't know this one that much. It's only a 300 million dollar market cap stock, so I don't really know what this is. Cis Cintiq Optics Holding. I don't know what this is, to be honest. I've never seen this before, but I do like these stocks. I mean, we just went from $1 all the way up to 8, so I don't know. But we're at current resistance right now, so it depends if this breaks or not. Again, I don't really know what this is. It's a electronic technology company, I guess, right over here. If we go through this, that'll be interesting. But um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know this. AAOI was the other one that you wanted. Yeah, I could see. I only want to buy this off of the 20 moving average, right? And so every time it comes back to this 20 moving average, and that's why I've been showing you guys over and over again. It's the easiest entry point to ever understand as a trader. You'll always have a good entry point on a momentous moving stock, stock moving with momentum. You could see it did the same thing for a long time. 20 moving average, 20 moving average entry, 20 moving average entry, all the way. Oops, sorry, all the way up, 20 moving average entry, another 20 moving average entry, and then the push off of it. So whenever you have a stock that's moving straight up or really super momentous like this, you can always wait for it to go back to the 20 moving average and then buy it. It's just a, why wouldn't you do it? TSM. I like TSM today actually, but the problem with this is that and this is coming off of this back um, this trend line here. We're starting to push off of it. Let me go to a weekly. You guys can see it better. But yeah, we're starting to push off of this backbone line here. Again, off of the 20 moving average again, right? And I like this. The problem is that if China starts to surround it, right, Taiwan Semiconductors in Taiwan, they need to invest more into coming to the United States. So, it doesn't get tampered with any Chinese interference. But I like this as a long term. I mean, I have it as a long term stock. Close to Anduril. Yeah, I mean, I think it's unbelievable that FCX, I think, not FCX, FXC. No, sorry. What is it? VCX. I want to check where that is. Oh, it's moving down now. This is the one that has Anthropic and SpaceX and Anduril and all of them. Wow. It went from 384 to 560 today, and now we're going down. If this goes back to 180 or something, I'm gonna buy some of this because this is the one that has all the pre-IPOs, the popular ones that we were just looking at about 10 minutes ago. So, um, I also want to take another quick look at oil through USO. If you guys have anything else that you want me to look at, I'll gladly look at it for you. But again, this is just a quick halftime show just to get you caught up with anything that you might have missed in the morning time. It looks like we might move back up to this area, but this is a pretty much, at least a reprieve from oil being so high. I was telling you guys for weeks that oil can't be this high. This is the 2018 resistance line, you know. But in any case, I think that's going to be about it for me. I got to go do my beginners group. Um, if you guys have any if you guys have any questions, or if you guys have anything that you want to reach out to me about, definitely reach out to me. Consider joining the premium beginners group for only $80 right now, 80. I meet with them 3 times a day, especially at night for 7:30 to 8:30 Eastern time. I also record everything and send them notes afterwards. So even if you miss all of them, you'll still have all of that. So I would consider doing that. You also have one-on-one, you get to meet with us one-on-one for no extra cost or anything. So I believe it's the best value by far. And all of the in-person events that we do in New York and Florida are included too, which again, nobody else does. So, all right, I'll show Apple one more time and then I do gotta go. Okay. Um, but yeah, I would consider at least trying that for a month, because the people that at least try it for a month, um, there's like a 90 something% chance that they stay for the second month. I think it's 94%, 95%. And also you get my cell phone number. You can text me whenever you want, literally. But yeah, I was thinking Apple could do something like this. This is Apple, by the way. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me. You can go back and watch this on YouTube as a recorded live, as always. You can reach out to me for anything. And, so if you missed anything, I went through everything. You can just go back onto YouTube right now and you can then go to lives. This was all recorded onto YouTube, so you can watch it. You can also just reach out to me. You could just simply DM me and ask me a question. I'll answer it. So, you know, I'll be back here tomorrow, same time, around 12 o'clock. I got to go teach my beginners now in the premium group. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Have a good rest of your day.